Hello, I'm Dr. Ann West, bringing you truth from the source. If you've just joined us today for the first time, stay tuned. There's probably something especially for you to hear. Every month, I share with you progressive information to assist those of us who are willing to be a part of the world's solutions and not a part of the problem. So stay with us and share in the alternative ways to heal yourself and your world around you. Welcome to Truth from the Source. The ultimate destination is enlightenment. So what is enlightenment? Yogani says it's a state of balanced union between our two natures, pure bliss consciousness and our sensory involvement on this physical earth. That is the definition of yoga and the destination of all religions. I have Yogani with me for part 3 of the Path to Enlightenment. Today's show is all about pranayama. In particular, spinal breathing pranayama. Welcome to the show, Yogani.
Hello, Dr. Ann. Nice to be with you again.
Yes, we're making a habit of this.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so just to give our listeners a little update on where we're at. We're on part 3 of a series. And I've become Yogani's guinea pig during this whole process, and doing the teachings that are on his website, advancedyogicpracticesite.org, aypsite.org, and also reading his books about deep meditation and pranayama. And from here, we're going to go into all sorts of different topics and conversations. But for right now, we're going to discuss pranayama. And Yogani, maybe you can tell us why pranayama comes directly before our deep meditation. Why is it in that sequence?
Well, the type of pranayama that we use is called spinal breathing pranayama, which loosens up the nervous system or opens it up, begins to make it more conductive for our awareness and for the energies in our nervous system. So pranayama is a good preparation for deep meditation, and of course we discussed deep meditation last time. But we do pranayama before meditation, and starting out it could be just a few minutes, and then the meditation can be 15 to 20 minutes. So that is the sequence we use, and it's found that when we add pranayama in front of our meditation session, it not only improves our meditation session, but our meditation also makes our pranayama very effective as well. The two go together quite well.
Mm-hmm. Prana, you say, is known as the first manifestation and intelligent. We think of prana as breath, and breath is life. So what is this life force that maintains us in all that we do?
Well, on the physical level, it is our breath and the biochemistry that's going on in our body, which is pretty well known to modern science. But behind that is the consciousness element. And prana, in that sense, is really the movement of our consciousness, or maybe we could say subconsciousness, through our body that animates everything from the inside. So when we do a practice like pranayama, which is a breathing technique, which involves some use of attention also in the case of spinal breathing pranayama, we are activating that inner presence, which is just on this side of pure consciousness and coming out from there. So this is what I meant when I said we loosen up the nervous system, we make it more conductive, and we provide an ability for our nervous system to go deeper in terms of our awareness and the stillness that we can cultivate in our life, which of course is what meditation is for. So maybe to clarify a little further, if you imagine a borderline between all that is manifest in the universe, including our bodies, and that which is not manifest, Imagine that borderline for a second, and it's really a concept. It's not necessarily a real thing that there's a border somewhere. But if you just imagine it conceptually, when we're meditating, we go into that area of pure unmanifest awareness. When we're meditating and we've lost our mantra and we've transcended, we don't really know that we've been there until after we come out, because it's a state of non-doing.
Yes.
But then on that border between the manifest and the unmanifest is where prana begins. It's where the vibration begins. Prana is that first vibration coming out of consciousness. So with prana, you could say that everybody has heard the universal mantra, Om. Om is a representation of that first vibration. And prana is synonymous with Om. Om is illuminated by prana and is prana. So it's that first vibration coming out. And I guess from a biblical point of view, in the beginning was the Word.
Yes.
And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So, and that's again pointing to that border where, from a Christian point of view, God is unmanifest, and the Word is manifest, and is God also. So we find the divine on both sides of that borderline.
Thank you for that. How does the breath purify our nervous system? Because I know that some of the experiences that we go through when we're doing spinal breathing, pranayama, is some of the blocks, some of the experiences, some of the physical things that we go through are due to the nervous system being purified. So how does the breath actually do that?
Well, it does it in a similar way as meditation, only on a more a grosser level than meditation. And again, it's clearing out that pathway between outer and inner. When we slow down our breathing, we actually are initiating a process of purification in the body, because the slight reduction in oxygen consumption that we are creating by slowing down the breath just a little bit actually causes energy to stir within us, coming up from the lower part of our body. And that energy, which is also referred to sometimes as kundalini, has a purifying effect. Now, it's very important that this be regulated so that we do not overdo. So we don't want to have too much purification going on. So what we do with our method of pranayama is very gentle and very easy. And with that, you get that energy beginning to move a little bit in the nervous system. And as it moves, it's opening up the nervous system and it's moving impurities out. I really can't give you a more scientific explanation than that, but I'm sure that science will get around to it as we move more into this time when more and more people are doing practices, and science is just going to have to, step up and take notice and do studies on these things.
Yes. I guess that question was raised because, as I'm sitting in my practice and breathing, sometimes it's clear for me to be able to visualize the spinal cord, the thread from the root to my third eye. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes parts of it seem to appear and parts of it disappear, and then it starts again a little higher, and then other times it's just straight flow, great, easy. And so I guess that's
sometimes
normal.
It's smooth and sometimes it's not, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's really an indication of the energy moving. And then it hits an obstruction, and then there's some resistance, and you can pass through that, and then maybe 2 days later in the same place it'll seem clear, and then 2 days after that it may seem a bit sort of clogged in that area. And this is the process of purification going on. And it might be good at this point to just quickly describe the procedure so people will know what we're talking about. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, do you want to go into the actual practice?